promised and long overdue tutorial on Driftin blues. Left hand we will demonstrate at the end. It's just this basic triplet feeling, always triplets. Always have the triplets. Hit the 2 and the 4 harder than you should at the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. That's what gives it the swing, baby. That's what gives it the swing. That's too fast. Okay, so we're going to slow it down. Driftin' and a driftin'. Like a ship out on the sea. So what I got here is a very jazzy version of a blues thing. A, C, E flat. Triplets. A flat and D. Just part of a B flat chord. Always invert your chords, turn them upside down, play them every way you can. B7, B flat 7. Use that. Use this. Use all the notes. Word position. B flat, D, F, A flat. Use it in this position. D, F, B, A flat, C. And use it in your soloing. That's 90% of my approach to playing blues or jazz. Just use the chord tones. In every position, every inversion. Back to F. Again, F7, F, A, C, E flat, G. That's the jazzy stuff, the 9th, or the 9th or the 2nd. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. F9, baby. Just spell out the chord. So you got the blues scale, right? You know the blues scale. Play that and then variate. Make a variation by playing the chord tones. Sounds really cool and jazzy, and it opens it up. Okay, so that's enough for a couple months of practice. Just learn how to spell out the chords from the top to the bottom, everywhere you can. F. Always have the triplet feeling. And then the best thing, the other thing in blues is go back and forth between the blues scale, the minor note, which is the F minor note, which is the A flat, and the A natural. Man, there's a whole solo just in those 3 notes. That's all you need, baby. 3 notes for the blues. Play short phrases. Let it breathe. Let the people absorb what you have you said. There's so many different rhythms that you can do on that. There it is. The major third. Because you're going to the B flat. And then the C. Watch how jazzy this is. You have a flat sixth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You flatted it. It's just a blues scale, you know? It's just 2 notes in a blues scale. Just own those 3 notes, man. Own those 3 notes. Sing what you play. That way you get natural breathing. See, now my biggest fault, which was pointed out to me by my colleague Hank English, not an Englishman, is that he couldn't feel the left hand. And I have to admit, I use a drum machine, so sometimes I rely on the beat going. I have a good blues pattern on my drum machine, and sometimes my left hand gets wimpy. You know, I'm going. So I need to practice more with a metronome. Set to the 2 and the 4. Here's another $3 million tip for you. If I could find my metronome. Well, anyways, just 2 and the 4. Never 1, 2, 3, 4. It's always 1, 2, 3. Bam. You don't have a drummer, you got to do it. He said he couldn't feel that left hand, and I've been watching videos that I've made, and I listened to some live recordings, and I get pretty wimpy with my left hand because I rely on my drum machine, and I used to play a lot more solo piano without a drum machine, and this left hand has got to be so solid. And another $1 million adage, you know, you're only as strong as the weakest link in the chain. Well, you got two links in your chain, left hand, right hand. My right hand is really strong. But my left hand sometimes gets a little wimpy because I'm not a classically trained pianist, and I play a lot of gigs with a drum machine, so I'm going. It's got to rock on its own, man. It's got to be worth listening to, or at least it's got to be as rocking as a good drummer and a bass player playing together, because it's, you know, that's what you're playing against. That's your band. 1, 2, 3, 4. You got to hear Chicago. You got to hear Muddy Waters Band. You know, and I'm not really hitting it yet. I'm not feeling it. So here I'm playing an F7 chord without the C. And I'm going to the B flat, so I got to hit this A flat. See, and I got weak there. I went. It's got to be, man. $4 million tip. Jimmy Smith practiced for 6 months, just the bass, tied his hand behind his back. I believe it. You want to get strong with your left hand, just play the left hand until it friggin' rocks. And that's the end of the lesson. That's the Driftin' blues. The rest of it, you're going to have to slow down and play yourself. Walk up with that bass. Da 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 da. Look at this. Play those chords with some space. Drifting and drifting like that ship out on the sea. Drifting and drifting, baby. Like that ship out on the sea. Ain't got nobody, baby. Another thing, when you go back from the C to the B flat, this is some jazzy shit. You play that B7 in between. You can arpeggiate the B7. Man, that's some jazzy shit. And you end up on the B. Half steps. C sharp. B flat. Got to be able to play in all 12 keys to be able to play the piano. So arpeggiate all the chords. Oh! How about a sus chord? That's Tuesday. There's this blues singer here in Frankfurt, and she said I couldn't play the blues. You know, I think I was just a little bit too sophisticated for her. You know, I was playing some half-steppy, suspended shit. Yeah. But I always land where it's supposed to go. Run out of time, coming to the maximum time limit for YouTube videos. Drifting and a drifting for my English buddy on the piano. I was a wrong note, but it worked. Take us to church, Brother Mark.